is going on, guys and gals of YouTube? It's your boy Spencer down here at Mellow Vapes in Indian Land, coming at you with a product overview of something we got in last week. Something I'm actually very excited about, and it is the return of a fantastic series by a company that you guys should very well know. We've got many of their products here, and they keep coming in, they keep going out. So, Smok, or Smok, however you want to pronounce it, I don't really care. It's the brand new TFV16 tank. Now, they started with the TFV4, and that was pretty great for its time, but now it's gotten a little outdated, a little by the wayside. And then they moved up to the TFV8, which was one of their most popular tanks. It was about 2.5, 3 years ago that one kind of exploded onto the market. And then after that, they came up with the ridiculously sized TFV16. I don't know if you remember that one. That one was able to go up to 350 watts. So basically nothing could max that tank out unless you had one of those old like Smok GX 350s. Huge 4-battery like tank. It was huge. It filled my hand, and I have big hands. But now, ever since mesh has kind of hit the market, they've moved on to making mesh. They do mesh coils for the Baby Beast V2. They've got mesh coils for the Prince, single mesh, dual mesh, triple mesh, everything for the Prince. They also got mesh coils for the Baby Beast and their Mini Prince series. And then they came out with this behemoth of a tank. Now, if that doesn't give you a very good size, for reference, I have my Aegis Solo here, and that's the tank. Putting it right next to the Cerberus tank I have on there, it's about double the size. And it's about double the capacity, too. The Cerberus tank with the bubble glass is 3.5 to 4 milliliters of e-liquid. The TFV16 is 9 milliliters. The barrel on the inside of the coil is pretty much the same size as the entire coil on my Cerberus. The coil itself is about a full inch in length, and this single barrel mesh coil at 0.17 ohms goes all the way up to 120 watts, and that's where they recommend. It can go higher, it can go lower, obviously, it's to your taste. But they also have a few different color variants. The only one I have right now is the rainbow, and a couple of the other ones that I've seen are stainless steel. They've got a nice black color, and they all come with their new drip tip sleeve style tips. They're not like the old ones that have the insertable double O-ring jammy. Yeah, you just slide it on top of there, and really like the new resin tips that they've got for these. They do look really, really good. Very, very beautiful, and they match the tanks that they come on really well. So going along with the coils that they have to offer, they have that single barrel 0.17 ohm mesh coil that I showed you. Also in the box, you're going to receive the dual mesh, the 0.12 ohm dual mesh coil, and we've got those in stock here. I can pull one out, show you guys. It's going to be still in the package, but if you can see in there, those barrels in the double mesh, yeah, they're the biggest barrels of a double mesh I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. This tank is second to none in terms of just over-the-top mesh cloud product. Like, it's stupid. It is mind-bogglingly huge, and everything about this tank is big. The coils are big. The capacity is big. It's a 28 millimeter sub-ohm tank. The coils are about as big as my thumb. This thing is gigantic. They really took TFV16 to the next level. And then the triple mesh coils, like I said, it's like the size of my thumb. And if you can see in there, those are the barrels that they have on the triple mesh. And these are rated at 0.15 ohms, and these are good for, they say 90 watts, and honestly, I wouldn't take it much higher than that because, as you do increase the barrels of coils, they do tend to get smaller and a little bit more fragile, so you don't want to crank up the wattage on these. Really what they are designed for is just, because I can't think of any logical thing that it would else be good for. I don't have one at the moment, otherwise I would show you some cloud production, but a very good friend of mine owns one of these tanks, and I have hit it, and it is quite fantastic. So, moving on to what you get in the box. Obviously, you're going to get the tank. You bought the tank, you get the tank. Pretty self-explanatory. Comes with that nice drip tip, and another thing that I really like that they've improved upon from their previous series is with the prints, they added the little push-button lock on the slide. Well, they changed where the O-ring is on the TFV16. Because this thing is huge, they had to redesign the O-ring system on the top of the tank where you fill it. So rather than the O-ring being there on the bottom portion of the tank, they flipped it around, and now the O-ring is on the bottom of the lid. So that's going to do a little bit better job of keeping your juice in there, and just in case your tank gets hot or, you know, an O-ring goes bad or something, it's going to hold that vacuum in that tank a lot better. So in the box, you're going to get, obviously, the tank, like I said, and it's going to come pre-installed with that single barrel mesh coil. Another thing you're going to receive inside the actual box of the tank is a little card telling you how to use the tank. It's got cautions and suggestions for thickness of juice. It also tells you all of the components of the tank, how to take it apart, how to clean it, and everything. And then you're going to get your warranty card. It's a quality control and warranty check card from Smok. And then you're going to get a straight glass tube. They didn't list what the actual capacity is with this glass tube, but from what I can see, the actual size of the tube is very similar to the TFV8 style. It's just a little bit shorter. So I don't think you're going to be able to use your TFV8 glass, but it is very similar in diameter, which is kind of strange in my opinion. Along with that, you're going to get a like a protective ring made out of silicone rubber that goes over the top of the bubble glass to protect your glass just in case you have any drops or spills or whatever and you lose control of your behemoth tank and it ends up hitting the ground. You don't want that to shatter because it's a big tank and that's a lot of juice to go to waste. You'll also receive your double barrel mesh coil. There it is in the light, not in a package. Still quite large. I mean, you can see the actual individual barrels in the wick port. These things are huge, guys. You'll also get a little baggie of extra O-rings and the seal for the top of the tank. And of course, the obligatory silica gel packet to keep everything nice and dry. So, we've got the rainbow one in stock. We should be getting a couple more in stock. And if you guys are interested in checking these out, why don't you come on down to Mellow Vapes in Indian Land? I'll tell you everything I know about it. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you later.